Hello everyone, it's the Canadian Futures Trader here. Thanks for checking out this video. Before we get to the actual video itself, I want to do a quick introduction. This video that you're going to watch is actually part of a larger series I've put together for futures traders. I started out futures trading just a few years ago, and I found it really difficult to find good information to learn how to trade futures. So what I've done is put together this completely free course. It's on my website. There's a link down below. There's no upsells. There's nothing for sale on my website. So just come absorb the information. If you like this video, definitely encourage you to check out all the others in the series as well. On top of that, I mean, there's just a ton of written content. It's only going to grow. I'm only going to add to this over time. This is my way of giving back to everybody. It's all the information that I had to figure out on my own when I first started, and there's no reason that everybody should have to go through that process, and there's no reason you should have to pay for expensive courses that really don't teach you much of anything outside of the basic. I'm going to leave you with that. Enjoy the video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the 2-tick scalp. The name pretty much says it all. I'm just looking for a quick scalp, either 1 or 2 ticks. In this case, it's going to be a 2-tick scalp. So this is very similar to the range play, except I would say with the range play, it's a bigger range. It's about, 5 to 8 ticks maybe that it's bouncing between. With the 1 or 2 tick scalp, it's really in a tighter range. So the setup to this trade, and I actually have another video on this where I go short from the price of 20 and I get filled at the price of 18 for 2-tick winner on going short. This one, we're going to go long at the price of 19, the exact same session. The setup for this is it really had been bouncing around in this very tight range. So I have Jigsaw set up with strategies, meaning as soon as I get filled, it will immediately set a 2-tick take profit. The setup to these also is just, you've been watching the price action for a while, and it is stuck in this very narrow range. This was a Friday afternoon. Things typically come to a crawl, and I'm looking to bank on the fact that it has been, and it's going to continue to be stuck in this 2 or 3 tick range. Go short at the top and go long at the bottom. If it gets out of step, if we were to get filled here at 19, and we do actually, if it had moved 1 or 2 ticks against me, I'm getting out of this trade. So they're not all going to be winners, but we're playing the odds basically that this will work out, 2/3 of the time, 3/4 of the time. We get our quick 1 or 2 tick winner, and then we move on to the next one. Occasionally we have to take a loss, and I think that's a theme across all the different trade setups, is that you need to be able to take a loss and take it quickly. You don't want to sit around, say I go long here at 19 and it moves to 18, 17, I hang out for a bit, it moves to 16, you start to think, oh, well, it eventually has to come back, now it moves to 15. Well, now you're sitting in a 4-tick loser. So no, you don't want to do that. If it gets down to 17, we're out. We're going to eat the 2-tick loser because we know we can make that up on the next trade. So I'm going to let this play now. So I have a limit order, and that's actually another key to this trade. You don't want to be entering at market price. Like, we're literally looking for 2 ticks. So you don't want to give up 1 tick immediately by entering at market price. We want to put in a limit order. If we don't get filled, if the price just moves away from us, that's okay. And that does happen. We don't need to get filled on every single trade. We let it go and we look for the next setup. It's not worth giving up half your profit. We're looking for 2 ticks. It's not worth giving up 1 of those ticks just to get in for when we can actually just wait until the next setup. So let me let this play. And there we got filled. As well, you see the immediate take profit set here, 2 ticks away. I'm long for 4 contracts. Price is immediately in our favor, so that's a great sign. Now I skipped ahead here about 2 minutes. So 2 minutes feels like a long time when you're sitting in here, but for this to only stick in this 2-tick range for 2 minutes, and there you see we got filled, so I'm going to pause this and I'll actually back it up. So 2 minutes later, we finally get filled here for a 2-tick profit. A few things I want to point out about this again. We did a limit order to get in, because say we had just market ordered in, we'd be in at the price of 20. So immediately our profits are cut in half. 2, if this did tick against us and we were in at 20, now we have an additional tick that we're eating a loss on. Another point is if we did get filled here at 19, like we did, and it did move a tick or 2 against us, we're out. Like 2 ticks max, like we're out. We're only looking to make 2 ticks, we are out. We are wrong, we need to admit we're wrong and get out. What was reassuring about this one is it actually moved in our favor pretty much immediately, so that was great. Now I didn't set a stop. It wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. One thing you don't see on the screen is I have my order box, which has the flat button. I can always click on that super quick and get out of the position. And I'm kind of playing the odds here. I know that over time, you do 100 of these trades, 70% of them work out, 30% don't. As long as you're not eating big losses on those losing trades, and certainly no more than 2 ticks, and ideally just like 1 tick, sometimes you're able to get out for break even. All those little 2 tick winners add up. So it definitely takes some discipline to be able to cut your losers quick. Identifying this kind of trade setup really isn't magic. You just watch. If you've been watching the treasuries all day and they come to a crawl and it's a Friday afternoon and it's about an hour before close, that's kind of the perfect time to look into doing something like this. So there's nothing exciting about it. There's nothing flashy about it, but it really is about kind of scoring those base hits, getting the 1-2 tick winners over and over and over again. They all start to add up. So let me just play this again. You'll see the sellers come up here and we get filled. So we get a nice 2 tick winner on that. And you see it just, the video ends there. It really just stays in this range for the rest of the session. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.